Welcome, guys, back to Bros and Pros. I am Justin Woolwine, my co host Wolfman, and we are only 4 minutes late this fine Sunday evening. How we doing, buddy?
Absolutely. Oh, wonderful.
Pop's already throwing shade. On time, my ass. It's better than last week's 30 minutes. So
Hey, I
we're
was
here.
at least in the chat talking to you. I was at least here in the building.
We was in the building. We was dealing with some technical difficulties,
Yeah.
audio wise, but we got those fixed in 4 minutes instead of 30 minutes. So I'll take it. How we doing this week? It's been a crazy week. I feel like I just saw you. I just had you on here. What's going on with Isaac?
Working. About to get
Morgan.
back to school.
Okay.
So excited for that. You know what I'm saying?
Are you tired of the break?
No, not
No.
really. Not
Okay.
really.
Um, I just want to say thank you for joining us. A little precursor to before we get diving into all the BS. I'm gonna throw some plugs out here real quick. For those of you who watch the normal ILW pod stuff, um, we have Brian Myers this week from TNA on the program. Later in the week, we have SoCal Crazy from Southern California, SoCal Pro. He'll be on the show tomorrow. Raw live stream is going to be at a different time. It's going to be 1 p.m. Central Time as to your
Ooh.
normal 7 p.m. Central Time because they're over in the UK. So if you want to catch us, we're going to be in the middle of the day. We'll be there Wednesday for Dynamite as usual. And we're going to try to do the debut episode of TNA live on AMC. Hopefully, we can make that happen because I'm really excited. Especially, I mean, having Brian Myers on the show, got to be excited for that. And then Friday, if you want to come see myself and Pops live in person, come over to Warrior Wrestling, Half Acre Brew in Chicago, Illinois. Doors open at 5:30. Be the first 100 people in the door. You get an exclusive Bandito from AEW T-shirt. In Cold Blood is the name of the show. Got the logo on there. The ILW crew, the ILW crew contributed, made that happen. So it's even got our logo on. It's really cool. Shout out to those at Warrior for making that happen. And shout out to the opportunity. But if you want to come see me and Pops, come see us. It's a great show. Gonna have Bandito, Jake Something, Lance Archer. I'm sure I'm blanking on a couple big names, but there's a ton of people going to be there. And then I'm going to be honest, I got a couple surprises I cannot announce yet, but they're coming throughout the week. We got a couple big surprises this week. Stay tuned. And then obviously we'll be back here next Sunday for Bros and Pros, covering everything, really sinking our teeth into the playoffs. Are you excited, Isaac?
I'm excited.
Okay. What do you think about all the news I just threw at you? You got anything out of that you're excited to see?
Dude, those T-shirts sound cool. And seeing Bandito, I love Bandito.
It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. I can't wait. But I mean, what are we here for? We're here to talk about sports. We're here to talk about football, NBA. Right now, some crazy stuff's happening.
Hey,
College
get your
football
shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com.
up there in the upper hand corner. Go check those out. But
So,
you ready to dive into some college playoff brackets? We're at the finals, man. You
didn't
ready?
you want to break some news real quick that you found? You saw
Oh
this
yeah.
before. You wanted to break some
Yeah,
news real quick
right
before we
before we get in there, breaking news article today posted on the NFL's website. Marcus Freeman, the coach for Notre Dame, there's a lot of talks about him going pros, moving up. All the last Monday we had Black Monday, where 7 or 8 NFL head coaches were fired. Some of those positions have already been filled, but there's a lot that haven't. Um, I'm going to read some of the snippets from the article just to break down kind of what the NFL sees in Marcus Freeman. Like I said, the Notre Dame coach, and I'll see what you think about it all, Isaac. So article reads as followed. As the NFL coaching carousel starts to pick up speed, one notable name has been understandably absent: Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman, who has been a popular name in the coaching search rumblings over the past 2 years. He is out of the NFL's mix for this year after announcing on December 29th that he plans to run it back with the Fighting Irish in 2026. But that social media statement hasn't really stopped NFL clubs from wish casting him to the pros.
Yeah,
So, I
ever,
mean,
ever.
just
Yeah, that never stops anybody.
I mean, with that said, obviously, it says here that Freeman fully expects to run it back with Notre Dame this upcoming season in 2026, but the talks are still there. What are your thoughts on that stuff so far, Isaac?
Well, I mean, once you have a college coach that performs really well, has a great season, there's always going to be talks about them moving up to the NFL. I think that's just it comes with the game,
Yep.
and I think it's a lot different of a game though. You're not sitting there spending half your time on recruiting your guys, and then they're young men, so I feel like it's easier to coach even. You know what I'm saying? Rally those guys behind you, rather than some of these grown men been in the league for tons of years, seen tons of different coaches, uh, stuff like that. Especially when you're a younger coach like Marcus Freeman. You know what I mean? But he's had good success in in college, and I think he should continue that for a little bit longer before he tries to make that jump. Maybe get a little more experience under it, because I've heard like guys like Nick Saban, the greatest college coach ever, talk about just going to the pros and coaching in Miami, and he was like, "It's not the same because I don't have the control over my team." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, they didn't draft my damn quarterback, and now I'm stuck losing forever. Like I can't do nothing. I could have had Drew Brees or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's stuff like that. So I think if he has a comfortable job, and then what you're about to get to the bigger part of the story that you wanted to talk
Yes.
about, but the Irish support him through that. You see what I'm saying? So I think he's good where he's at. Notre Dame's one of the most prestigious jobs in college football, one of the biggest histories. So I think he's doing really well there.
So, I mean, just to jump in kind of to more of the NFL interest when it comes to Freeman, the rest of the article, or I'm skipping a little bit ahead, but it says Freeman, 40, he's age 40, has been tied to the Giants head coach vacancy after New York fired Brian DeBall during the 2025 season. NFL Network insider Mike, I'm not going to mess that name up because I don't want to butcher names, but Mike, a reporter, reported on December 21st that Freeman was Big Blue's top college candidate as of Sunday morning. So as of Sunday morning, there was 8 NFL head coach vacancies of the expected Raiders and Titans and unexpected Dolphins and Ravens variety. Freeman is entering his 5th full season with Notre Dame. He carries with him a 43-12 record, 4 bowl wins, and an appearance in last year's college football playoff title game. His .782 winning percentage ranks 5th amongst Irish coaches who lasted more than one season, just behind Notre Dame legend. I'm not going to butcher that name either. It's Ara something with a P. I'm not going to butcher it because that's messed up. Freeman has a brief familiarity with the NFL, a former Ohio linebacker in the 2009 fifth round pick for the Bears. He hopped around practice squads during his rookie season, but retired in 2010. Um, there are currently no college coaches requested to interview for NFL head coaching jobs. That could change if Freeman is willing to make the jump. So, I mean, not only does it seem like there's a lot of interest, but it seems like there's the possibility he could be the first to really pique more interest, if that makes sense. What do you think?
I mean, there's definitely potential. But I feel like there's other coaches like Kirk Signetti with Indiana right now. Insane.
Yeah.
Like, if there's any coach in college right now that has eyes on them from NFL guys, it's him.
Definitely. I mean, with the insane season, almost unbelievable season that Indiana's
2
had
back-to-back seasons.
is crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
what is
back-to-back
are they
seasons,
15 and 0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
One more,
then
they're full 16.
5-star. They have 0 5-star recruits.
I saw
And
that
seven
Mendoza was
4-star
talking about it, which was crazy. I thought that was insane that they don't have any 5-star recruits, but they're still putting on that level of football is wild.
Yeah, I saw a joke that Oregon beat JMU and then lost to JMU Prime.
Okay.
Because Kurt Signetti was the JMU's coach and he took all the guys from JMU to Indiana with him.
I did see something. I didn't read fully into it, but it might be the same thing. But saying that like Indiana's like for one, it's crazy that JMU made it to the playoffs this year. But with that also, how
after they lost all their
yes,
guys.
after they lost their coaches, their guys, JMU still made it, and then they kind of were in the same running as their their contemporaries that were
And
there
then
with them the
it's
year before.
crazy. This year again, they lost all their coaches and their guys.
So all of JMU, the JMU squad has been
Retransferred to a new team. Yeah, they've been rebranded somewhere else. That's kind of what happens to these G5 schools because you have a larger school like that can pay for everybody. So they just send you all the money. They're like, hey, you guys did great. They buy their coach. The coach wants to go coach at like Florida or something. You see what I'm saying? Like the Tulane coach, I'm pretty sure he's coaching at Florida next year.
Okay.
So all the guys that on Tulane that made the playoffs all went with him. They transferred. You see what I'm saying? They want to follow their coach. They recruited them and stuff like that. Because that's like that's one of the biggest draws in colleges. Once you have a coach that reaches out, recruits you, that's kind of the guy you want to stick with. So like that's where a lot of the transfers goes, just follow their coaches, stuff like that. So that's why all these JMU guys all went with Kurt Signetti, and then JMU is going to be a completely abolished football team again.
Okay.
Demolished.
Do you see just kind of fantasy booking here? Something we do on the channel a lot. Could you see the Indiana head coach maybe trying to go to the NFL for some more money?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. You think he wants to? Would it make more sense for him to take the team he has and to develop them more and to maybe try to get more accomplishments and accolades under his belt before trying to make that next step?
Yeah.
Kind of like Marcus. Kind of like we was just talking about with Marcus, right? Like Marcus is young.
There's also a lot of money in the NFL or in college football.
Okay.
Like you can get paid a big contract. And Indiana is a school that has the money to do so.
What's up, Scotty? How we doing, buddy? You want to dive into some college ball since we've been talking about it? Here we go. I'm gonna throw up the bracket here. We're at the end of it. There's only one more position to be taken, and that's that national championship spot. You want to start with Oregon and Indiana, or Ole Miss and Miami?
Let's go Ole Miss and Miami. It happened first.
Okay. Obviously, we're looking at the bracket. Miami took down Ole Miss. What do you think was the big story from this game? Excuse me.
They just both played their ass off. You know what I mean? Like Ole Miss still not giving up. I would say, like they still fought, and Carson Beck as a quarterback, for Miami, he played a good game. You know what I mean? He's one of the older quarterbacks. He's like 23, 24. He's been around a lot. He was on Georgia a couple of years ago, I think maybe even last year. And a lot of haters, you know what I'm saying, being an older QB, somebody that's been around a lot. He's been projected to go high in some of these drafts and then hasn't because he's underperformed late in the season. You see what I mean?
Yep.
So it was good seeing him play good, have a good game. Miami doing all this. They have a great defense. Like, I just saw a great defensive performance from both teams, really. Like, yeah, it was 30-27, but it felt like they really had to fight for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really see a lot of giving up plays other than Malachi Tony. He's a freshman. He actually reclassified. So he's a year younger than me. He should be a high school senior.
Okay, so Malachi Tony.
Yeah, for Miami, he's popping off.
36-yard touchdown. That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
he's cooking.
He's like
I
their
mean,
best.
I'm going over the stats, just looking at some of the stuff from the game, and like if you're going off passing yards, both teams 268 for Beck, 277 for Chambliss. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Chambliss definitely he played a great game. You know what I mean? And even down to the last drive, like they were slinging the ball, they were going for it, and I feel like there was some talks about there should have been a penalty. You know what I mean?
Okay.
At the end of the game for a pass interference, but it's hard to call that call like a pass interference at the end of the game on a Hail Mary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like Miami got a good win. I feel like they're definitely they got to prepare very, very well for next week.
I got a question. Do you think so? Like we look at the final score, it's 31-27. Miami had that one turnover. Do you think that turnover was the deciding factor in this being so close? Like without that turnover, do you think we could have had a more definitive win for Miami?
I don't know because there was times where it felt like Oregon also was shooting themselves in the foot a couple times.
They definitely shot themselves in the foot.
That's what I'm saying. Like it felt like there was times where they could have helped themselves a little more. Mm-hmm. And that was just more on like I think the defense's ability, they really forced that. You know, I don't really think it was Miami giving up a turnover as much as Oregon, like they went out, they wanted that pick.
Okay. I mean, I just ask because like it, do you think Miami going into these finals against a team right now as strong and as focused as Indiana, making that one mistake, do you think that could end up being
especially if they go out here and make that mistake first play of the damn game, like Dante Moore, my boy, did, and throws a pick six first play of the game. Oh, Oregon fans were shook. Oregon fans were shook. And what would you do if you're an Oregon fan in that situation?
Look, I can tell you, me and you have played the video game, and I've thrown a pick six the first play, and I've quit. I've literally quit the game because it's like I can see how this is going. Granted, it's a video game, so I can restart, but in real life, you can't do that. And I know I've been on the sidelines of football. I've been on the field of football. And I know, sometimes a play like that at the beginning of a game can change a team's whole mindset for the whole game.
Dude, it was vicious too. He jumped in that inside shoulder, wrestled it away, and took off with that thing.
I mean,
after that, I knew it was over, but they put absolute belt to ass. Like, they did not let up. Kurt Signetti, the whole game, it was like 35-7. Mm-hmm. I think at halftime. And Kurt Signetti was just sitting there. pissed off like he always is, like yelling at people for false starts and stuff. Fernando Mendoza, 5 touchdowns this game. Insane.
Definitely impressive.
You see what I'm saying? Only 177 yards, but it's like whenever you're making just like every right play, like he has more, I'm pretty sure it was more touchdowns than incompletions.
Yeah, I was going over some of those like crazy facts about his full year, especially his playoffs. And I wish I had them pulled up. If I was
Yeah,
better
he has more
prepared, I would.
touchdowns this playoffs than incompletions, which is just
Okay.
fucking insane. In 2 games, for like to throw more touchdowns than missed passes is wild.
So just out of curiosity, I mean, I noticed some things that really, I mean, hurt Oregon. For instance, like their QB Dante Moore, he had negative 28 rushing yards.
Yeah, they
That
were
can't
stacking the shit out of him.
that can't happen, bro. That's something that's detrimental to a whole team. Is I
Dude,
feel
this
like
Indiana squad just looks so focused and so hungry. It's like they're playing in creative mode and everybody else is in survival.
agreed. I
Like,
mean, and
oh,
then like
it's crazy.
just other stats looking at it, like Oregon and Indiana both had 2 fumbles, but Dante Moore lost 2 fumbles, like, and Mendoza did not, which is another,
Yeah,
deciding
Mendoza
factor.
had a crazy, like, he slips out the pocket real quick, runs up, hits somebody with the spin move, almost breaks free, but he fumbles. And out of nowhere, you just see his 300-pound lineman jump on screen and dive on the ball.
Yep.
It's like plays like that is what make Indiana great. It's like when everybody is so focused that badass lineman is chasing the QB down just to make sure if something like that happens, he's there to jump on the ball and then not hesitating, just jumping right on it. You know what I mean? It's plays like that that really put Indiana at this advantage, and I think at that level.
So I mean, just looking at the playoffs, that we got one more game left, Indiana, Miami. I think I'm gonna have to stick behind my pick of Indiana. I don't think there's any chance with how they've been playing that they lose this. I just don't see it. I think they're dominant right now. I think they're focused, and I think at this point they have something to prove.
I feel like it'll be the closest game Indiana has.
Okay. Why do you think that?
Uh, because they just put belt to both those other teams, and this Miami team has shown a lot of resilience. I think their D line is definitely gonna get some pressure on
Okay.
the quarterback. You see what I'm saying? Mendoza's gonna have to think quickly, which he's good at. But they're going to be forcing him into tough spots, and I think Miami's offense also is good enough to keep up. Maybe, you know what I mean. Carson Beck, as I said, he's one of the older QBs, more experienced. He's had playoff experience too, so he can. He might not make the same mistakes that younger Oregon quarterback Dante Moore did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not. A lot of people said an Alabama team that probably shouldn't have made the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What do you think is going to be the deciding factor of this championship game?
If Indiana is really locked in, you know what I mean? If they're really locked in, I don't think there's no team that can stop them. But if there's just for some reason that we just see a meltdown, but I don't think we will. I think Indiana's just going to put the belt.
If I just to I guess put my 2 cents in, what I think it'll be is if Miami makes mistakes and how they handle mistakes. I think that'll be what the deciding factor
Well,
is.
also, what if Indiana makes a mistake early and they haven't had their back up against the wall?
That's fair. That's
You
fair.
see
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Maybe
they've been pretty focused. They have been playing very solid football. I
So
mean,
what if
I
they make
guess
a
we haven't
mistake
seen
and
them
they're not
slip.
used to
Yeah.
having to come back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen them really slip up yet. So that could be interesting as well. I didn't think about it that way. So I mean, I that could be if I was Miami, that might be my focus is let's push mistakes. Let's make them mess up.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I
why
mean,
I was trying to say like their D line can force their quarterback into some tough positions where he could potentially make some mistakes or get sacked, fumble, backward, yeah, all types of stuff.
from what I've seen from Mendoza though, he plays very smart ball. So
Dude,
even
he's such
in
a
those
smart.
when
He's
he
a
plays
genius.
and he gets in those tough situations, he's 9 times out of 10 times he prevails. He figures out a way out of it. So I mean that's the other thing is like Miami's not just gonna have to play, aggressive in your face football, but they're gonna have to play smart football. And I
Mm.
mean, I don't doubt they can, but just with the season and how Indiana has presented themselves, from what I've seen, they're all really humble about how this season's went, and they really exude greatness. I know you mentioned it the other day, or on one of the latest podcasts we was on. Um, that Mendoza presents himself so well, whether it's on interviews, whether it's after the game, in the game, like how he presents himself, and it really reflects on the whole team. So I mean, I just think with how well presented Indiana has been, I I don't see them failing.
My guess is 42-28 my or 42-28 Indiana.
Okay, I'm not gonna throw out any numbers, because, but I'll go Indiana. Indiana for sure. I just don't see it. And once again, I want to see some history. 16-0, I'd love to see it. Um,
First time since like fucking Yale in 1884.
Let me see it. Let me see some
Yeah.
history. Let me live some history. Let us watch some history live and in color. Um,
Here, I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back.
Bro's got a snotty nose. I'm gonna figure out exactly when this game is.
Yep.
Go blow
Figure
that
out when the
nose.
game.
Does chat got any questions for us while Isaac's taking a quick hiatus? We got any questions? Any thoughts, concerns? Let me know what you guys thinking. I'm gonna have to break Isaac's heart when he gets back, but we will not be watching the college football playoffs because we will be watching Monday Night Raw. Me, Pops, Nasty Nate, and potentially Mason. So that unfortunately will not happen. Bro had a mean booger, had to leave. It's crazy. I think he's back.
Oh!
He might be back. Or he's dying off camera somewhere.
Guess who's back?
So Isaac, we unfortunately will not be covering it because me, Nasty, and Pops, and possibly Mason will be busy watching Monday Night Raw. I don't know why they do a playoff game on a Monday, but that's besides me.
The playoff game on a Monday.
The playoff game on a Monday is crazy. I don't know. Daniel says he don't like you. I'm not sure why. But he tunes in, so that's okay. You done with the college playoffs? You ready to move on to some other stuff?
Yeah.
All right. well, before we move on from college football itself, we're gonna talk about this man right here, Dante Moore. Um, he was recently being talked about or talked to after his game, his loss against Indiana. Um, where do you expect Dante Moore to go in the draft, or do you think he waits?
There's uh I think he might wait, honestly.
Okay. I know he said he's unsure about whether he even enter the draft. He he kind of alluded to maybe he wants to do more in college. And so like I could see after this loss in the playoffs, it might be a good idea to stay and hone your craft a little bit more on the college level. What do you think?
Um, and there's a lot of money to be made
Okay.
nowadays with this NIL. Um, a good Oregon squad, great coach. He could run it back. They could have a lot of potential again next year. You know what I mean? And if he goes and gets drafted number 2 overall, he's gonna go to the Jets. Do you want to play for the Jets, Justin?
Um, you know what? At this point, financially in my life, I'd play for the Jets.
I would not play for the Jets, dude. I would not put my life on the line and play for the Jets. I would
Okay.
rather be an underwater oil rigger. You know what I mean? Than play
They
for the
make good
Jets.
money too.
Yeah, and they probably have a safer, less
Okay.
embarrassing job than playing for the
Well,
Jets.
with
You know
that
what I mean?
said, if my options was jets or underwater oil rigger, I'd probably go with the underwater oil rigger and not the jets.
Or I mean, like
But if
Jets
it's
are like
currently
medieval
to
Jester.
jets or medieval jester, you're picking medieval jester.
Yeah, I'd
I
rather
might say
be
you're
a medieval
insane,
Jester.
but I just like millions of dollars, so I'd probably go with the millions of dollars.
I'd rather eat the breadcrumbs off the floor than play for the
Okay,
Jets.
fair
So
enough. Fair enough.
I respect Dante Moore's decision.
Fair enough. I don't think I think that's we can leave that at that. I guess to be honest. Um, before we dive into NBA news, just I mean this is kind of news, but it's also I just thought it was kind of funny. This week we had I don't want to say funny because it sounds messed up, but it's kind of ironic that the most compelling thing to come out of a 76ers versus Orlando Magic game is that the referee, Bill Kennedy, um, is out indefinitely after a hamstring injury. I just think that's hilarious. You got all these high level basketball players on the court playing some good ball, and the most important thing to come out of the game is the referee got injured.
Yeah, sounds about right with these Eastern Conference boo boo teams like the 76ers and Paulo Boo Boo Caro. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah,
Magic.
definitely.
I thought he was pretty good, but he's been pretty mid since his rookie year. And the
Um,
76ers are always just going to be butt, I think. So,
okay. I mean, my only takeaway from this is Bill Kennedy. If you're listening to this, we hope you the best
prayers
in
up.
your recovery. Prayers up. Hopefully, you're back to refing these boo boo
How you
ass
get injured?
games.
How you get injured refing?
But he was hitting a little jog, and then all of a sudden it looked like he had a little bit of a limp. And I think he was working harder than those 76ers boys. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
then them playing defense, working harder than Embiid, of course.
Definitely.
That's
That's what it was.
literally
He just saw how nonchalant Embiid was about his basketball and was like, I gotta do better than that guy. And maybe he didn't drink enough water beforehand or something, but he hurt the hammy. You
he
know what
was
I
like
mean?
Embiid. Don't get injured this time. I'll take one for the team.
I got you, fam.
Yep.
And he took one for the team. Um, before we get in, while we're on this, I guess, negative side of things, you got Dennis Schroeder here. He just got hit with a 3-game suspension after a confrontation with Luka there following behind him. About 40 minutes after their game, I guess, reports read that uh, Schröder and Luka got into some type of confrontation, and NBA officials said that Schröder went to attack Luka or went to impose some kind of aggression. I don't really know what that means, which led to a 3 day game, or not 3 day, 3 game suspension. I was looking at some like clips and stuff of them throughout the game, and to be honest, it really looks like Luka antagonized the shit out of this, and then got him suspended. What do you think?
Um, Dennis Schroeder is a pretty big crash out. You know what I'm saying? It don't really surprise me
Crash
from
out's
him.
wild.
It don't really surprise me from him. I've seen him flip out a few times. He used to be a really good role player. You know what I mean? I thought he had potential to be like even better than he like was, because like he played FIBA, like which is the overseas basketball where they have like the World Cup or whatever for the
Yeah.
gold medal, and he like pops off for his team. I forget what team he is. I think he's like Australia,
Okay.
and he always plays really good for them, or it might be Germany. I'm not for sure. It's one of the overseas teams. Always plays really good for them against America, and then like in the league, he was averaging damn near 20. And then like he just turned down like a big contract, I think, and has been a journeyman ever since, like bouncing around from team to team. I didn't even know he was on Sacramento this year. It's like that's how like low key haven't heard about
Wasn't
him.
he on the Rockets a couple years ago,
Uh,
or was it Toronto? One or the other. That was the last time I knew he was like. That's the last time I realized he was on a team. I
that was
think it
on.
was the. I think it was the Raptors. If you want me to be honest, but I didn't realize he was in Sacramento either. It really surprised me when I was doing this. I was like, wait a minute.
But also, Luca is pretty good at shit talking and pissing people off, so I could see that definitely being a factor in this.
I mean, I know that in the game he was just he was all over him, and that was I think one of the, I'd say, deciding factors in this. I mean, you got to think somebody picks and pushes at you for 30 plus minutes, you're gonna eventually get tired of it, and I think that's what Schroeder.
And drops 40 on it, or
Yeah,
20.
he not only did he talk shit the whole time, he whooped your ass. Um, I mean, I guess maybe prove you're better on the court. I don't think Dennis could in this situation, so he took matters into his own hands, and now he's suspended. So I guess my only thing with this is if you're going, instead of getting yourself suspended, maybe go to the practice a little bit more.
Or at least throw hands on camera.
Bro, for real, at least let us see. Like, I
That's
mean, if
what
you're
I'm
going to get a
saying.
3 day
That's
suspension,
what I was kind of upset about when you told me about this. Is
you might as well,
I don't
like,
got no video.
I seen kind of like shrug him off a couple times when like Luca was like really pressuring him on the court. So like it could have happened, but like you gotta think, if you're gonna throw hands, I see where you're coming from. At least make it entertaining, bro. Give yourself a 6 game suspension. Do it in front of everybody, and make it fun. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I get you. I get you. And my thing is Luca going to just keep doing this? Like, is this going to become Luca's thing? Or is it already Luca's thing?
Yeah, Luca already talks crap to people.
Okay.
He was like a pro basketball player at like 14 overseas. You know what I mean?
So he's just
So
been
like,
talking shit since he was 14.
yeah, he's used to this.
Okay. In some more lighthearted news, LeBron this week gave Giannis his jersey after a 105-104 loss against the Milwaukee Bucks. I just wanted to bring this up because I was reading about how much Giannis, like it meant to Giannis that he was able to get the jersey from that game we all know LeBron's getting up there in age in his 40s. It's only like who knows how long he's got left to be playing in the NBA. So it's got to mean a lot for guys like Giannis, who's been able to be on the court with him, to be past these pieces of memorabilia. What do you think?
Yeah, bronze on. I mean, I'd rather have like a young Bron jersey than like old ass LeBron. Like he kind of
Okay.
ain't, but like he also has been windmilling this week, Duncan. Like it's nice to see. You gotta love him passing the torch.
Do you think that's what this was? Do you think it was a passing of the torch moment?
I feel like the torch is like he's kind of been. It's kind of been there, you know.
Okay. Do you think that Giannis is the right guy?
I mean, he's probably the best guy because like Jokic, I'd say might be a little better player, maybe. Like at least accolade wise so far in his career, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's not like out what's the word for it? He's more introverted, it seems like. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like he doesn't really go out for the media attention. He's not really outspoken. Plays more of a boring style of basketball, even. Like it's not the flashiest.
Giannis is more in your face and more receptible to the people.
Yeah, people love him. People love Giannis.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Giannis. I've enjoyed Giannis's work for
big shit talker too. You know what I mean? So
I think the last real season, other than this one, I've been paying attention to is probably the COVID season. The 2019 going into 2020 was the one, and Giannis played a big role in that season. I know, like that was also a big year for the Heat and for the Lakers. So like I've just seen Giannis over the last, half a decade kind of just continue to make more of a name for himself. And I mean, going back to like doing the media and stuff, you see Giannis doing commercials and getting himself outside of the NBA. You don't see a lot of that from people like Luka. Do you think that's a deciding factor whenever somebody like LeBron's trying to figure out if he wants to pass the torch and who to pass it to?
Well, it's not really LeBron's decision.
That's fair.
It's the
That's
media,
fair.
like who the like ESPN, whoever decides to make the stories about every week and run with, like they did with LeBron.
Okay.
And I
Fair
feel
enough.
like it's more coming towards like, at least for right now, it's not just Giannis because it's more split towards Luka, Shea, Joker, Giannis. You see what I'm saying? Like there's more talent spread across, I would say.
I get something that I'm really interested in your opinion on this one. Would you say that other than maybe like Steph Curry, that LeBron might be the last star that we have for the NBA, at least for the time being?
What do you define star as?
Like, okay, somebody who has really reached pop culture and other media. Because I mean, we've seen LeBron in movies. He's been in music videos. I mean, everybody knows who LeBron James is, but like, I don't think everybody knows who Giannis is. I don't think everybody knows Jay.
I think Victor Wembanyama
Okay.
could be a next great upcoming dude. Everybody loves Victor. You see what I'm saying? He's 7'7". Dude's giant. Like he could be the next step. I could see that. There's a ton of guys. You know, guys in college too coming up. You never know. I don't think he's going to be the last one for sure.
I'm just intrigued to see, because like in all sports, realistically, if we look at it, it seems like this is a common theme, I guess, is like we're getting into like the social media era of things where everything's so accessible and it's kind of hard to make yourself a star. I mean, if you
No,
look
you
at,
still have like your Shohei Ohtani's in baseball. You know what I'm
I don't even know
saying?
who that is.
Or your Aaron Judge. Like
Aaron Judge, it
yeah,
works.
Shohei
Yes.
Ohtani, like he's like the I don't want to say exactly what nationality, but he's an Asian player. He's like the best baseball player in the world. He pitches and hits it. They
Okay.
just won the World Series. Like I
Okay.
think maybe even back to back. Like he's insane. He's like the
Okay.
best player in the world. You see what I'm saying? So like, and he's like star known. Like even I know who he is. Like pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I've never watched a baseball game like that in my life. And then
Okay.
like him, and then like you still have like your Patrick Mahomes in football. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I
you're
mean,
still
and like you still have like Mahomes and even Travis Kelsey, which I mean Kelsey's is probably more because of his wife, but I mean that is what it is. I mean even like somebody like George Kettle has kind of he's kind of blurred those lines a little bit, and like I feel like he's a little bit more well known from what he does um off the football field and things like that. So like I feel like in football it's a little bit different than other sports, if that makes sense. I don't know why, but it seems like football players have always been big personalities.
like even like um uh OJ Simpson.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, and well, that's what I was kind of getting at is like
Yeah.
if you look at like the '90s, for instance.
Even that Bills running back, even that best Bills running back of all time, you know, OJ Simpson.
Well, I mean, like the '90s. You look at the '90s. You have OJ breaking in the '80s, '90s, but you have Jordan, you have Pippen, you have Rodman, you have Shaq. Um, I'm sure but like the whole
No, I
NBA was
don't think it's
highlighted. It's
cool
you
for
know,
NBA stars to have that celebrity status. I think it's still going to continue.
okay, fair enough, fair enough. You want to talk about the NFL playoffs since they have hit the ground running? Wild card weekend, it's been fun.
Yeah,
All right, let's talk. Let's dive in. I'm gonna throw up the bracket here. Um,
nope.
you want to start with here? Actually, let's pull it up. The first game that took. We'll go in order. We'll start with
Yeah, that's
Rams and
what I was thinking.
Panthers. Um, just real quick before we talk about the game itself, um, I'm gonna just highlight a couple of injuries that happened during these games that may have affected these games. So the Panthers left tackle did rupture his patella and will require surgery. And then on the Rams side, this one's the most interesting and I think could really affect things moving forward. Matthew Stafford suffered a finger injury on his throwing hand, had x rays. He's still going to participate in these games, but you got to think throwing hand, injured finger, it's going to affect how you play. What do you think, Isaac?
Ooh, that might definitely affect him a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, against the Seahawks too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough matchup. Number one seed in their conference. It could cause some difficulties for the Rams moving into their next game.
But they played well. Like they definitely did execute as well as they wish they did. Probably they probably feel like they could have played a little bit better. I'd say. You know
Yes.
what I mean? They left this game close. They left a lot of gaps in this game where Carolina was able to take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young played well. You know, the whole Carolina team played well. I think they put up a really good effort, a really good fight. It was a back and forth game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, if you look at just, I mean, score alone 34-31. Rams barely scraped by, excuse me, with the win. And Stafford put up insane points despite, or not insane points, but he put up some insane stats, even though he's injured or hurt. 304 yards passing is kind of crazy for being an injured player. He did throw up one interception and got sacked once, which, I mean, that's not always his fault, but you got to think even getting injured and things like that, that's got to throw you off moving into the weeds of the playoffs. What do you think?
Yeah, that finger injury might be bad for him. Huge game for Puka Nacua, their receiver, Rams receiver, best young receiver in the league. Him and JSN probably, but Puka Nacua, great game. Yeah, 111 yards and 10 catches, a tutty. Just great to see him come out here, pop off.
He really did his thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, moving on. This is probably the one you was paying the most attention to. I know it's probably got the most coverage this week. A rivalry game that we got to start off Wild Card Weekend. Pack versus Bears. Bears scraped by with the win at the last possible minute. What do you think?
The fourth ever team in NFL history to come back down 15 points in the fourth quarter. It might have just been the playoff game for that stat, but I'm not for sure. It might be in all games, but it might just be in a playoff game. Either way, fucking incredible comeback. The Bears, oh my goodness, 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Williams with 361 passing yards is kind of crazy.
Dude, and he
hell of a game.
Yeah, and you got to think, Jordan Love had 320 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and still lost the game. They still sold. Their defense sold. You see what I'm saying? They weren't really able to run the ball, though. You know what I mean? But Matthew Golden, their young receiver, the Green Bay, had a really good screen pass. His first career touchdown. He was first-round pick, so it's nice to see him go out there and have a touchdown. They had some really, they played well early in the game. You see what I'm saying? They played very well to start first half, and then they came out there in that second half and just wasn't doing shit. I mean, they weren't really – they missed 7 points in field goals. You see what I'm saying? They missed two field goals and an extra point, and that literally sold the game. Because when you look at it, if they say they just make just the extra point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It'd have been 28-31. And at that last drive of the game, when the Packers have the ball, instead of having to go for the touchdown because you're down 4,
you could just wait for the kickoff and tie the game.
Tie the game going to overtime. But where he done missed your extra point, you're down 4. You can't just take 3 points. You need the touchdown. So they lost the game going for it, ran out of time. And so it's like, and then he makes 7 more points. You see what I'm saying? That they win. It's over. It's 34-31 Packers. So it's kind of crazy. Packers fans, they're punching the wall right now. And as a Bears fan, I haven't been this happy watching a football game ever.
My question for you,
my son wasn't participating in, is the most fun I've ever had watching them.
You know, for the first 3 quarters of this game, what was going through your head?
Dude, I was crashing the fuck out, dude. I was texting my friend Aiden. I was like, dude, I hate this team. I just bet I lost my life savings betting this game away. Dude, I'm gonna cry. I was punching walls, and then I turn it back on, and out of nowhere we're back, dude. We're back, baby. I'm like, dude, I missed the whole comeback. I had to go back rewatch, see how the hell we did it. I feel like a lot of other people giving up on him. Caleb Williams, I apologize. The Bears, Ben Johnson, my glorious king, I apologize. I won't give up on you again. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. just responded to some comments while we're at it.
Yeah, was he asking what dad is?
Yeah, he don't like you. He's not a fan.
Bro.
He's a big fan of Pops though. Gotta let him know where Pops is. But
Pops don't know
mean,
ball. You can't get Pops on Bros and Pros.
he don't know ball.
Bro, don't know no ball.
Just continuing on, moving on to the next game. We get Bills versus Jaguars. I'm gonna run down some injuries for this one that might have hindered some of the playing. Josh Allen has some foot bone injuries. It's alleged that there's no risk of further injury, so I don't know what. It wasn't very specific on what that might mean.
Josh Allen's a dog.
But in this game, so in the fourth quarter, Gabe Davis is ruled out after a knee injury, and then in the first half, Jordan Poyer was ruled out after a hamstring injury. And then for the Jaguars, it didn't clarify whether it was in this game or not, and I didn't really have time to go through and see. My apologies. But both Patrick McCarry and Danny Strigal are both out. Patrick with a back injury, Danny with an ankle injury. Both of them have not returned, and I don't believe are expected to return. And I mean, if we look at this game, the Bills took down the Jaguars 27-24 to move on in the playoffs. It seems like those injuries are not affecting the Bills at all. I'm really sad to see the Jaguars out this early, if you want me to be very honest with you. What are you thinking, Isaac?
I think I called that the Bills were going to win because playoff Josh Allen is a different fucking monster, and I was right. Nobody can mess with that man. Those two rushing touchdowns were crucial. One of them, the last one of the game. If you did you watch the highlights?
I was not able to catch this one. If you want me to be
Okay,
honest.
well, the fourth quarter is fourth quarter. They're down by 4. Okay, they're at like the 11. So it's like they need 1 yard for the first down, right? So they go for a tush push. They basically pick Josh Allen up and walk him 10 yards all the way to the end zone.
Okay.
And then they call a touchdown, but then they look and he was like 1 yard back, right? So then the next play, they pick him up again and just throw him in the end zone. He just walks off. Like it was crazy. Then they won the game. So like then Trevor Lawrence went out there, threw a pick to end it off.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how that game ended. Great ending. Josh Allen, just a dog. Amazing player. I feel like this is going to be really good. This could be a really good playoff run out of him after that game and after the Bills played. That might be one of the best teams they face. One of the best teams. Like, that was a really close game. Great scene. I think you'd want to see maybe a little bit more out of Buffalo's defense and offense, like more production. Their offense, like they had to pick the first drive of the game and came away with 3 points. Like it's stuff where you just want to take advantage more in games. But tonight it didn't really hurt them too much.
Okay. So as Tommy T has pointed out, wild card game today, San Francisco 49ers defeated the Eagles. As far as injuries go for this one, the only thing
Kittle got injured, bro.
Kittle, Achilles ruled out after second quarter. And then
the Eagles fans were fucking cheering, bro.
That's crazy. Cheering
and they got beat by the power of friendship, dude.
Quick segue before we move on. Cheering over an injury or a death or anything like that is actually insane. So if you were cheering for the injury of George Kittle, you should respectfully go frig yourself.
Dude, that's all. Dude, it's just Eagles fans. They suck, dude. Eagles fans are the worst fan base. Tommy T, the 49ers are facing the Bears next round. Rematch.
One more injury for the 49ers, Jair Brown, out with a hamstring. It's questionable if he will be able to return for his for the next game. There is no reports yet on that one, but with George out and him out, you got to question whether what the strength is of this team moving into the next round. But how do you think the game fared, whether with or without George and Jair?
Dude, the Eagles offense just stalls out. This is the
Mhm.
problem they've had all year, where it just seems like their offense just stalls out. They can't get none going. And AJ Brown, their receiver, who has had a lot of talks about, oh, I need the ball more. Oh, they don't use me enough, even whenever they were 8-0 and winning. And then it seems like he starts doing that, and then they start losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then today he dropped like 4 passes or something. And then one was late in the fourth quarter. One was a deep, I don't know if it was a go or a post, but he got open, hit him in the hands, and it was to the point where that was third down. It was like third and long. They hit him right in the hands. He drops it, and Coach Stefanski, the Eagles coach, was like literally screaming at him, yelling, "Get the F off the field, dude! You fucking suck, dude! Like you're dropping the ball." And like they were having a screaming match back and forth.
Jeez.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and then it's in the fourth quarter, late in the game, third down again. He dropped another ball. So it's like, I just don't know. This could be a big meltdown for the Eagles. You never know. You know what I mean? You never know how this shapes up. Saquon had a decent game, but there was also a lot of times where it felt like the play just kept getting blown up. They just kept catching him in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
he couldn't get nowhere, couldn't get nothing done. And it sucks for Eagles fans, but they definitely deserve that. And I think it's great to see for 49ers fans dealing with so many injuries. Like every week, it feels like every time, it just feels like they can never catch a break.
Feels
But
like they've been struck down this season with the
every
old
season,
injury bug.
it's an every season thing. It's not even just this one. That's the sad thing. But they prevail. You see what I'm saying? I do hope they don't find a way to prevail next week against the Bears. But
Okay.
dude, I respect them this week. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to them, dude. They whooped some ass against the Eagles. And as somebody that used to be a Cowboys fan, dude, I don't like the Eagles at all or their fans. Especially after today to see how they were after Kittle got injured. You see what I'm saying? So screw y'all. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Everybody really played great. Oh, did you see the flea flicker? Did you watch the highlights from this game?
I saw some of them.
Okay, so did you see where it came in? I think it was fourth quarter. It might have been late third. The flea flicker where quarterback passes off to the receiver. Receiver throws it up to C-Mac for the touchdown.
Yep.
That was nice.
Beautiful
That
play.
was the game changer. I love that play. Kyle Shanahan, the San Francisco coach, play calling. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to call some offensive plays, and always got some tricks up his sleeves. Makes it fun to watch, and they have a lot of playmakers on that team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys that can go out there and do a ton of different stuff, like a receiver that can throw the ball, or the running back can go out, sell that route, catch it in the end zone, and then he caught the game-winning pass. You see what I'm saying? And then also, I'm pretty sure he had an amazing game. You see what I'm saying? All game. And C-Mac really played out his mind. They're gonna have to use him even more, which is kind of crazy to say. But give the ball to him even more after Kittle goes down with that injury. But I think they'll figure it out like they always do, or try to, you know.
Yes, sir. what we got one game happening tonight, one more game happening tomorrow. Currently, the Chargers
2 games.
are taking on the Patriots. No, it's just the Patriots and the Chargers tonight.
And then the other 2.
But the other one's happening tomorrow night.
Oh, I was
The
wrong.
Texans and the
I like
Steelers
it.
are happening tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
it's probably 8:15 tomorrow. That's what it was.
And then,
I lied to you.
yeah, you did lie. I did my research. That's why I changed the thumbnail. I had a completely
happy.
different thumbnail.
I'm happy,
You messed me up, bro.
bro.
But right now, currently, Chargers, Patriots, pretty tight game. 3-6 in the third quarter. 5 minutes left. Patriots are up 6-3. I was
That'd be
looking
crazy if Justin Herbert pulls away.
I was looking at, let me see if I can find it again. But I was looking at the stats from their last game, and the Chargers blew out the Patriots 40-7. Do you think that we get a comeback?
Right? You
Right.
can't really call it a comeback if it's 3 points, bro.
Well, I mean, yes, but I mean, okay, smart ass. How do you think this game plays out since you've done shit me down?
My bad. I was just saying you can't really call it a comeback if it's a neck-to-neck game. You can't
keep
really
being late and you can't keep shit on me. How's that sound?
Okay. Dude, I haven't seen much of this game. Well, let me see what it's shaping up to right now.
Yeah, let's look at some stats. Herbert has been sacked twice. He's got 93 yards. Passing.
Whoa, that's gross.
Completion 64%, not looking good. Over on the other side, Drake May's been
sacked. That's gross too.
54% completion, 171 yards. It's not looking good on either side offensively.
These teams' offenses are looking blind.
Okay, my question is, before we carry on for how this game looks, do you think, looking at Drake May's stats, even with Stafford potentially injured, does this hurt that MVP conversation?
Oh, well, technically the MVP voting wraps up right before the playoffs, so the playoffs don't affect it.
Okay, so they don't affect nothing.
Yep, but yeah, he shouldn't win that there. He shouldn't win that.
Okay.
I think he's just too young and inexperienced. You know what I'm saying? He'll have a lot of great years, a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? But
do you think the Patriots pull this off?
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna make the safe bet and say yeah.
Safe bet. I think
once
Patriots
they go against Buffalo next week,
Josh Allen might cook them.
Yes, that might be a problem. If their offense is playing like this, that might be a problem.
Agreed, 100%. Moving into tomorrow night's game, we got the Steelers-Texans last game in the wild card, part of the playoffs. We got the Texans taking on the Steelers. Some injuries are plaguing both teams. For the Steelers, Isaiah Loudermilk, that is his name, is out with an ankle injury. He will not be playing for the Steelers tomorrow night. And then Ahani Carter is out with a hamstring injury, is going to be out for the Steelers game as well. And then Davis Mills for the Texans. He's not injured. He's got a non-injury related absence that, and right now, like news-wise, it's up in the air whether he's going to be in the game or not. Before we started talking about like the game itself and what we think, do you think players should be able to just schedule time off in the middle of the playoffs?
Well, I mean, like if somebody dies or something.
Well, I mean that's not scheduled. You don't schedule deaths. But like let's say, I want to, go see my mom for, it's the new year. I haven't seen her yet. I want to go see her. Should I be able to just say, you know what, I'm going to skip out on this playoff game. I'm going to go check out Mom Dukes?
I mean, I'm sure you missed like a game check or something.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Like that weekly pay, which is like 1/18 of your. You see what I'm saying, or one fraction of your salary. You miss that, so you don't really want to.
No, my thing is I'd look at him and be like, look, mom, or whoever, whatever the reason is, I gotta go play this game.
Look, Ma, that's $900,000. I'm
I
not.
gotta go. I'm not saying that's what it is. I don't know what's going on in Mr. Mills' home life. I don't want to speculate either. We're just making some jokes, but I'd damn sure try to make it to the playoffs. What about you?
You got a booty appointment.
He got a booty appointment. Yeah,
You got a
you would
booty
miss.
appointment.
Look, you'd miss the playoffs for that because you damn near miss the podcast for that every week. With the eye scratch is crazy. But who you got? The Houston Texans or the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I don't know if Aaron Rodgers can penetrate their D. You know what I'm saying? They have such a fierce D, and I feel like they might just really bring that D to Aaron Rodgers and like really overwhelm him with that fierce D. You see what I'm saying?
So the headline here is Aaron Rodgers gets taken down by Texans fierce D.
Yes.
Okay.
Fierce, overwhelming D.
I don't think there's anywhere to go from that, Isaac. I think that's a good way to kind of wrap this up. Aaron Rodgers gets taken down by Texans. Vigorous, forceful D is how we're entering this.
That's a good one.
Thank you guys. Isaac, you got anything you wanna wrap up with, or how you feeling coming out of this episode of Bros and Pros?
Dude, I'm just happy we keep doing these. Keep posting more content on the channel. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna get these clips out a lot sooner, so it's not old news. They watch the VODs, then come back watch the show. The Bears, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? After that comeback last week, I can see us going all the way, especially how it's shaping up. These playoffs, it's not looking too shabby for them. I'm kind of liking their chances right now. But all praise to God. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course, buddy. And more content to come from Wolfman. More content to come from all of us. Thank you
everybody
all.
to watch. Everybody in the chat.
Real quick rundown for this week. I know I did at the beginning, but just in case, come see me and Pops tomorrow afternoon for Monday Night Raw. We're doing a little live stream of Monday Night Raw. Just me and Pops. The kids will be at school. Tuesday, Brian Myers makes his way onto ILW Pod. Wednesday, we will be back live stream for AEW Dynamite. Thursday, as usual, we get another interview, this time with SoCal Crazy from SoCal Pro down in Southern California. Me and Isaac will be here next Sunday for Bros and Pros, and there is the potential that we might also be live Thursday night for the debut episode of TNA on AMC. Stay tuned for announcements for that. And then further in the week, we got some surprises for you guys. Stay tuned. Do not miss what's going on the I Love Wrestling podcast channel. And stay tuned for some more updates. As Isaac said, all praise to God. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.